A lot of people thought I was friends with Ash. Well, I had been, long ago. I tend to judge potential friends on the following three. Do you like Doctor Who? Do you like musicals? Do you like/get Stuart Lee's I've Walked in Space routine? I confronted him as far back as February over Della's non-existence. I knew it, you see, but could not prove it. The worst thing I knew was that he manipulated people's feelings about cancer, strokes, and miscarriages. The cancer I found most despicable, since you will surely never meet anyone whose life has not ever been affected by cancer in some way. In my case, I lost my nan very young. In fact, she's the only one I can remember, and all my grandparents died from one form of cancer or another. I perhaps did not know how much he was doing this, but I really did think the non-existence of Della Winters was common knowledge. I care because of Ruby, whose story and the feelings therein I did believe. Somebody else was less convinced, or at least thought it was a fuss over nothing. Quote, no one's that naive, unquote. To be fair though, Felida did help me look up sex by deception, and it is a crime where Ash lives. Although I doubt there's been a precedent set for where it was cybersex, and Ruby's sexuality, while one of the reasons why we feel for her, might work against her in some parts of America. The point, though, is she is entitled to feel violated, entitled to feel angry. Somebody went through the hardest of things thinking you're the only person like you. Then someone tricked her. That makes me angry too. When commenting to Ruby on one of her videos, the thought occurred that she was friends with my apparent enemies. This is something of a wake-up call. Is life about sides, or is it about human beings? My ribbing of Ash throughout this period may have seemed too gentle to those who followed me for any length of time. I was holding back, yes. I was there for the whole interrogation, always with Felida, sometimes with Skep. I got the docs of the school where the school he said he went to. I still have them somewhere. I asked what kind of voice she had, including if she'd retained her Sheffield accent. English ears would know such a specific dialect, and so the possibility of obtaining a convincing enough actor shrunk by a great deal. All academic, you might say. The IP thing proved him to be a liar. He might have known of Della Winters, but I never bothered with the school. The reason I was recording him was that I wanted to get an actual confession. Sadly, the closest it got was the claim that Della was a construct, a defense mechanism, and he had discussed this with a psychiatrist. Even then, he shifted between that and insisting that she was real, regardless of the evidence, which, of course, an insane person would do. UK law requires all-party consent. I would have broken that law for a confession if hearing that would help Ruby. Hours upon hours, the man wriggled and writhed, and no admittance of the truth, even to those few still willing to talk to him.